So I watched. I watched the Fast and the Furious, and my oh my were those simpler times when being fast was fast enough, and when the audience were happy, rightfully and justifiably so, with a car flip here, a gunshot there, and good old-fashioned street racing. The Fast and the Furious focuses on Dominic Toretto and his crew, who are a group of street racers and vehicular pirates, as well as Brian O'Connor, who is an undercover cop for the LAPD, trying to get into Dominic's crew so he can take them down. As a way in, Brian woos Dom's sister, Mia Toretto, and as Vince, one of the members of Dom's crew, makes it difficult for Brian to pursue that route, he, Brian, races against Dom and others, putting up the car he's driving as collateral should he lose. Sure enough, Brian loses and Dom wins, meaning Brian now has to give his car up to Dom. Before Brian can do this, however, police raid the race after its completion, and Brian takes that opportunity to help Dom, which paves his way into Dom's circle. With the pressure coming down on Brian from the LAPD and the FBI to find out which crew is robbing delivery trucks, Brian begins to develop strong feelings for Mia, bringing him closer to Mia and Dom, while the LAPD and FBI fear that Brian's judgment is now being clouded as he appears hesitant to pin the robberies on Dom and his crew. Ultimately, Brian does accept that Dom and his crew are the culprits, but because of his strengthened attachment to the family, Brian thwarts the police's efforts to apprehend Dom, where in so doing, he is forced to reveal his true identity to Dom and Mia. In the end, Brian lets Dom escape, though the crew is left in shambles. The Fast and the Furious is a straightforward action crime thriller, and it succeeds quite well towards its endeavor. Sure, the directing and editing is rather clumsy at some points, while the score tends to feel thin at times, but Vin Diesel and Paul Walker really drive this movie home. Get it? Drive. Yeah, just okay, fine. I get one of those. Anyway, Paul Walker just seems like he's having the time of his life, and Diesel is in his prime. You feel Paul's enthusiasm and Vin's confidence crashing through the screen, and Will Smithing you right in the face. No, Will Smithing you right in the face.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Watch out, watch out!
Good riddance.
Yeah, that's the one. As for Ja Rule, while taking a movie role is understandable, and a paycheck is a paycheck, considering how big he was then, as well as his hardcore public persona, again, I'll emphasize, for back then, him taking a script with this is a part of it, was probably not the best idea. I mean, in the space of a few seconds, he lost 3 times. The race, the girl, and the other girl. That is a whole lot of cashing in on that street cred he built up. He must have been left with like 50 cents during the aftermath. Anyway, The Fast and the Furious is simple, entertaining, and gets the job done. When Dom and Mia found out Brian's true identity, both times it was really engaging and thrilling. Also, Jesse dying was pretty impactful because he had such a personable way about him, and I love how Vince just did not like Brian. It gave them a pretty interesting hate but not relationship. And what Mia did to Vince, that was cold. Asking another man, a sworn enemy, being Brian, to take her to the restaurant Vince wanted to take her. Ouch. And what Dom did to Vince, that was also cold. Taking Vince's cold drink from him and giving it to Brian. Double ouch. And what Brian did to Vince too was cold. Wiping the coronavirus wiping the corona bottle before he drank from it. And also snatching Vince's crush that Vince, could never clutch onto. Triple and quadruple ouch. You see all the things I did there? Okay, I'm done. In any case, it don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Therefore, I think the Fast and the Furious did pretty well to win the quarter mile, and I think it's both subjectively and objectively good. Plus, it seems to have had the perfect leads, didn't it? Since both their names somehow relate to transportation. You know, diesel and walking. Yeah, I did it again, didn't I? Huh. Anyway, I like the movie, and I can see why many would consider it one of the best in the franchise. I suppose that one could say that, yeah, it rules. On that train of thought, feel free to drop your thoughts, loud and proud. Thanks for watching. Now like, share, subscribe, and hit notifications. And please feel free to think out loud in the comment section. You're handsome and pretty thing.